Welcome, dear viewers, to Terrifying Tales, your destination for the eerie and uncanny. Today, we journey into suburbia, unearthing the Smith family's twisted secrets. Prepare your nerves for this chilling ride. Welcome to the terrifying tales of the Smiths. Welcome, dear viewers, to the world of the Smiths, a family that resides in the heart of a seemingly serene suburban neighborhood. Their house, a picturesque emblem of normalcy, stands out amidst rows of similar homes, each echoing an eerie silence of uniformity. Every family has secrets, but the Smiths, their secrets will chill you to the bone. They are the epitome of the perfect suburban family, yet under their smiles and everyday pleasantries, they harbour a chilling secret, a secret that is as cold as the icy winds of a winter's night. The Smiths are not just another family. The face they present to the world is but a mask, a facade of normality that hides a deep, dark secret. Each member of the family, from the radiant mother to the stoic father, from the precocious daughter to the energetic son, plays their part in this eerie performance of daily life. But as the sun sets and the world retreats into the comfort of the night, the Smiths' true nature emerges from the shadows. Their secrets, entangled like a spider's web, begin to unravel, revealing a reality that is as terrifying as it is fascinating. Join us as we delve into the life of the Smiths, a journey that will take us into the heart of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of suburban bliss. Stay tuned, for we are about to lift the veil on the Smiths' seemingly perfect life and expose the chilling truth that lies beneath. Prepare yourself, for the Smiths are not just an ordinary family, they are a family with secrets. Secrets that will send shivers down your spine. On the surface, the Smiths appeared to be an utterly ordinary family. They acted the part of the prototypical household, their smiles plastered in perfect harmony with the other colourless characters of the suburban landscape. Mrs. Smith, an enchanting mother with a hauntingly radiant smile, was the heart of this family. Her laughter was eerily infectious, and her nurturing spirit left an indelible, sinister mark on those who dared to interact with her. Constantly on the move, she was a vortex of maternal energy and eerie warmth. Mr. Smith provided the firm backbone of this family. He was a man of scarce words, but his actions echoed louder than any scream in the night. His hands were incessantly stained with the ink of the countless documents he devoured, a testament to his tireless dedication to his family. He was the lighthouse amidst a storm, a frightening embodiment of paternal strength and resilience. The Smith children were an uncanny pair, teeming with an unnatural youthful charm. The elder daughter, only 12, was far too wise for her age, inheriting her mother's ominous nurturing tendencies and her father's cold determination. The younger son, just 8, was a cyclone of boundless energy, his laughter resonating through the house at all hours, a taunting, ghostly echo of childhood innocence. Their day commenced with the first haunting rays of dawn, the creeping sunlight casting a cold, ghostly pallor through their home. Breakfast was a cacophony of activity, the smell of overcooked toast and bitter coffee, and the unnerving prattle of the morning news on the radio. School bags were packed with an unsettling haste. Brief goodbyes were muttered, and the children departed to the safety of their school, leaving their mother to face the day's chores alone. Mr. Smith would then trudge off to his office, briefcase clutched tightly, with a grim determination etched on his face. His work was arduous, yet he braved it without a murmur of complaint. The hours slip away in a haze of never-ending paperwork, yet he found a macabre sort of comfort in the monotony of his routine. Evenings were a time for family dinners, a gathering that for many would be a respite, but for the Smiths it was a time fraught with tension. The house echoed with forced laughter, as experiences were shared and secrets were buried deeper. As night fell, they would gather for bedtime stories, tales of valor and magic that seemed to veil a darker reality. Their life was eerily routine, a facade of normalcy that hid a lurking shadow. The Smiths, for all their suburban facades, harboured a chilling secret beneath their mundane exterior. Their life, although rich with forced joy, was not without its dark corners. For underneath their feigned cheerfulness there was a hidden aspect, a secret that only unveiled itself under the cloak of darkness, when the world turned blind and the stars were the sole quiet observers. Beneath this carefully crafted illusion of normality, beneath the mask of suburban delight, were secrets that were darker than the blackest abyss. Mrs. Smith, the seemingly loving mother and wife, concealed a bone-chilling secret. The world saw her as the embodiment of familial love and kindness. Her life, to the untrained eye, mirrored the tranquil image of domestic bliss. Yet, below this illusion of peace, lurked a chilling tale that could curdle one's blood. In the dark corners of a decrepit, forgotten edifice, she was not the beloved Mrs. Smith, but rather the dreaded patient 467. This was a place of dread and despair, a mental asylum buried from the condemning gaze of society. Enclosed within its stone-cold walls, her existence was shackled to an eerie silence and solitude. No joyous laughter graced her desolate days, only the heavy cross of a grave psychological disorder. This diagnosis was a harsh fetter, chaining her to a life of ceaseless torment. Each day she grappled with the monsters lurking in her mind, waging a war that left her scarred and battered. The world outside remained blissfully ignorant of her hidden agonies, oblivious to the bloody battle within her mind. This was her private war zone, her mind the bloody trench, a war invisible to others. Her perilous inclinations, her erratic behaviour, all lurked treacherously behind a veil of deception. To the world, she was Mrs. Smith, the flawless mother, the ideal wife. But beneath, she was a woman wrestling with the ferocious beasts of mental derangement, a woman ensnared in a cyclone of psychological chaos. Her life was a spectacle of duality, her existence torn between the woman she truly was and the facade she presented to the world. Every waking moment was a nightmare, a delicate dance on the edge of a guillotine. She hovered precariously between sanity and madness, tottering on the edge of an abyss. She bore an unseen crown of thorns, each spike a brutal reminder of her tortured reality. Yet she bore her cross with a stoicism that was as admirable as it was tragic. Each night she lay awake, her mind an endless battlefield, her thoughts soldiers in a ceaseless war. Her dreams were plagued not by spectres of the past, but by the fearsome demons of her own mind. Her world was a chaotic dance of shadows, a disturbing pirouette between reality and delusion. For what felt like an eternity, she maintained this tenuous her life a spinning vortex, always on the verge of spiralling into oblivion. But she clung on, gripping onto the thread of sanity, fighting back the encroaching darkness. She wore a deceitful mask of normality, concealing the turmoil that stormed within her. Her pretense of normalcy was nothing more than a sham, a mask obscuring a mind on the precipice of insanity. A testament to the human spirit, Mrs. Smith was a woman of unyielding strength and tenacity, hiding her bone-chilling secret behind a cloak of silence. In the dead of night, Mr. Smith, the seemingly devoted father and husband, was far more sinister than he appeared. This ostensibly harmless man, armed with his quiet demeanour and disarming charm, was a mystery shrouded in an enigma, a riddle that baffled many. A man oozing charm and charisma, he masqueraded as the embodiment of the saying, "Appearances can be deceiving." Outwardly, he projected the illusion of the perfect family man, an ideal neighbour, a commendable pillar of society. However, beneath this tranquil facade, a different being thrived, a chilling creature that found solace in the darkness of deceit and manipulation. Under the eerie glow of the moonlight, Mr. Smith, the infamous trickster, was a maestro of deception. With an unsettling background score colouring his every move, he had mastered the art of the cunning mask, skillfully transforming his persona to suit his sinister intentions. He crafted a complex labyrinth of lies, so masterfully woven that they blurred the line between reality and illusion. He was an actor of a horrifying kind, performing with such conviction that even the most discerning were bewitched by his ruse. His charm was his weapon, a shield he wielded masterfully to cast off any suspicions. His smile was his disguise, a ghostly facade that shrouded his malevolent intentions. A wolf draped in a sheep's garment, he roamed the world with a predatory grin, always on the lookout to exploit the unsuspecting and rob them of their hard-earned possessions. And exploit he did, with the cunning of a fox amidst a coop of naive hens. He descended on his victims with the ruthlessness of a hawk, unyielding in his quest for power and wealth. Every innocent soul was merely another pawn on his chessboard of treachery, each unsuspecting victim another mark on his tally of conquests. His manipulative machinations stretched far and wide, casting a terrifying shadow over those who were unfortunate enough to cross his path. With every successful trick, every deceiving swindle, Mr. Smith seemed to grow bolder, more brazen. His monstrous cravings for power and wealth were never quenched. His victims, countless in number, left behind a trail of shattered dreams and ruined lives. They were mere playthings in his intricate game of deception, their futures irrevocably scarred by his nefarious intentions. Yet there was an eerie fascination about Mr. Smith, a hypnotic pull that attracted people towards him, like flies to a spider's web. A master manipulator, he twisted people and situations to his advantage with his charm. His charisma, though intoxicating, was merely a facade, hiding the monstrous heart that lay beneath. Beneath his enchanting exterior, Mr. Smith was a man devoid of human empathy, a predator in sheep's clothing. His charm was a snare, his smile a deadly trap, his words as ensnaring as they were treacherous. He was a man devoid of remorse, devoid of conscience, a man who revelled in the anguish of others. Despite his outward amiability, he was a monster in the truest sense. And it was this monstrous nature that defined him and made him into the infamous trickster we know today. A predator hiding beneath a sheep's guise, Mr. Smith was a chilling reminder of how appearances can be fatally deceptive. The Smith offspring, with their exterior angelic charm, concealed a horror beneath. Not your average children, but little hellions birthed to the otherwise ordinary Smith family. Their facade of innocence masked an unsettling, chilling reality. Their laughter, a common sound in their humble abode, bore an eerie undertone, a disconcerting darkness that contradicted their tender years. Their eyes, filled with an abyss of complexity, held a terrifying blend of fascination and horror. Enveloped in a shroud of spine-chilling oddities, their peculiar habits were far from innocent. Their most petrifying trait was their unnerving ability to speak in unison, their voices merging into a dreadful symphony that resonated within the silent house. Their coordinated speech was more of a chilling ritual than a spectacle, their words rolling off their tongues in synchrony, devoid of any individuality. It was as though their very essence were intertwined, their identities diffusing into a single collective consciousness. Their preoccupation with death was not mere childhood curiosity, it was a morbid fixation. They derived an unsettling delight from exploring the inescapability of mortality, their cherubic innocence corrupted by their morbid fascinations. Their discussions about death lacked fear or melancholy, but were filled with an almost religious fascination. The sight of their eyes glistening at the mention of graves, coffins and tombstones was more than alarming. It was downright chilling. Their conversations, always skewed towards the grotesque, were mature beyond their tender years. Their playground of choice, the local cemetery, bore witness to their morbid fascinations. Amid the cold grey tombstones, their laughter echoed ominously, creating a sinister symphony with the whispers of the departed. This unsettling visual of innocent children frolicking amidst the graves was a horrifying paradox that sent shivers down the spine. Their connection with the cemetery was otherworldly, a haven where they felt an eerie sense of belonging. It was as though the spirits of the dead conversed with them, their ethereal voices intertwining with the children's laughter, forging a terrifying melody. Their explorations of the graves were far from innocent. They traced the etchings on the tombstones with a reverence that was bone-chilling. These were not ordinary children. They were harbingers of the macabre, living, breathing testimonies to the sinister side of childhood. Their innocence was cloaked in a layer of the eerie and the grotesque, their laughter a mere facade that concealed their morbid reality. They were creatures of the night, their souls bound to the departed, their games played in the ominous shadows of the tombstones. The Smith children, with their chilling fascinations, were a horrifying spectacle in this grotesque family tableau. Their unsettling habits and fascination with the macabre painted a grim portrait, one that instilled fear and dread. The stark contradiction between their innocent facade and the grim reality that lurked beneath was the most unnerving aspect. Indeed, the Smith children were a chilling paradox. Their angelic innocence a deceptive mask that concealed their terrifying fascination with death and the macabre. The Smith family's secrets were carefully concealed until now, each member harbouring a dark past, masking madness, wickedness, and an unsettling demeanour behind their seemingly ordinary facade. The Smiths, a family portrait painted in the darkest shades of horror, a testament to the terrifying secrets that can lurk beneath the surface of normal life. Thank you for surviving through our terrifying tales. It's been a bone-chilling journey into the heart of the Smith family's dark secrets, hasn't it? If the Smiths' twisted tales gave you the shivers, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join our community of thrill seekers. Did you get a kick out of the Smiths' sinister stories? Then share the terror, like this video and pass it on to your friends. Let's see who has the guts to face the Smiths' secrets. And we're curious, what did you think of the Smith family's hidden horrors? Leave a comment below. Let's dissect their dreadful deeds together. Stay tuned, dear viewers. The shadows of our next terrifying tales are already looming. Until then, keep your eyes open and your wits about you. Remember, not everything is as it seems.